Hi all, myself Kushya KS, Assistant Professor, KMCH College of Pharmacy, Coimbatore. Today we are going to discuss about pharmacy practice. This particular presentation is for 7th semester B.Pharm. First, let's discuss about what is pharmacy practice. So, pharmacy practice is the discipline of pharmacy which involves developing the professional role of pharmacists. There was a time when all the peoples believed what the pharmacy means is just dispensing drug in a retail store or in the hospital. So it changed from there. So when the term pharmacy practice coined, there was a rational development in the concept of pharmacy. So this pharmacy practice offers the practicing pharmacists in depth, useful reviews and research trials and surveys of new drugs and novel therapeutic approaches. Than from the dispensing practice, it has a wide range of application and wide range of scope. As we discussed, pharmacy practice is the discipline of pharmacy which helps in the professional development of pharmacist role. So this discipline can be coined as practice of pharmacy. So rather than the conventional dispensing practice of a pharmacist, this practice of pharmacy has a broad section which can be divided into four categories according to the PCA regulations of 2015. That the first one is interpretation, evaluation and implementation of medical orders, dispensing of prescription and drug orders. That is same as the conventional practice of dispensing drug according to a doctor's prescription. That a patient is bringing a prescription to the pharmacy. The pharmacist is going through the prescription, double checking it, then reading out the drugs correctly and dispensing the correct dose. So that is a conventional practice. Then participation in drug and device selection, drug administration, drug regimen reviews and drug or drug related research. For example, a patient or for example a child is advised to use an inhaler, and when a child is using an inhaler there is a chance of missing out the doses. So in this condition, the pharmacist can advise using a spacer for the child which will enhance or which will effectively deliver the drug product to the child. Then coming to the third role, the provisions of patient counseling and the provisions of those acts or services necessary to provide pharmaceutical care in all areas of patient care including primary care. That is, when a patient is coming to the pharmacy with a prescription and the pharmacist dispensing a medication, it is important that the pharmacist should explain the ways of ways of using the drug. So it can be related to the drug using pattern, the drug dosage, related to the diet and all that. All these factors that is necessary for the patient to know should be counseled during the drug dispensing. Presently, there is a special patient counseling units are available in many of our hospitals to enhance the patient counseling services. And coming to the fourth one, responsibility for compounding and labeling of drugs and devices, except that labeling by a manufacturer, repacker or distributor of non-prescription drugs and commercially packaged legend drugs and devices. So, responsibility for compounding and labeling of drugs and devices, proper and safe storage of drugs and devices, and also the maintenance of proper records for them. So, apart from all these practice of pharmacy, there is a responsibility for the pharmacist for compounding and labeling of drugs and devices. And also the pharmacist should keep the drugs safely and should be stored safely, and also keep the records of all these drugs properly. So these all constitute of the practice of pharmacy according to the PCA regulations of 2015. Now let's discuss about some of the important terms that has to be known to a pharmacy professional. First one is pharmacy practitioner. So pharmacy practitioner means an individual who can be a community pharmacist, a hospital pharmacist, a clinical pharmacist or a drug information pharmacist who will be currently licensed, registered or otherwise authorized under the Act to counsel or otherwise and administer drugs in the course of professional practice. So pharmacy practitioner means that can be any individual that can be working as a hospital pharmacist, a community pharmacist, a clinical pharmacist, or a drug information pharmacist who has been licensed to do so or to do this course of professional practice. Now discuss about the community pharmacist. So community pharmacist means an individual currently registered and who works according to legal and ethical guidelines to ensure the correct and safe supply of medical products to the general public. They are involved in maintaining and improving people's health by providing advice and information as well as supplying prescription medicines. So the community pharmacist is simply as a retail pharmacist. Next one is hospital pharmacist. Hospital pharmacist means an individual currently registered and who works in a hospital pharmacy service primarily within the public or private sector. They are responsible for ensuring the safe, appropriate and cost-effective use of medicines. So hospital pharmacists will be the registered pharmacists who will be working in a hospital setting. Then these hospital pharmacists use their specialist knowledge to dispense drugs and advise patients about the medicines which have been prescribed. They also work collaboratively with other healthcare professionals to devise the most appropriate drug treatment for patients. Some pharmacists are also involved in manufacturing required drug treatments. So moving to drug information pharmacist. Drug information pharmacist means an individual currently registered who works in a community pharmacy or a hospital pharmacy or a teaching hospital or other healthcare settings and provide information and advice regarding drug interactions, side effects, dosage and proper medication storage to patients, physicians, dentists or other healthcare professionals. So the duty of the drug information pharmacist to provide information regarding the drug's interaction, side effects or the dosage or the storage not only to the patients but also to physician, dentist and any other healthcare professionals. Their primary motto is to provide accurate and reliable information regarding the drugs. So this drug information pharmacist mostly will be seen in multi-specialty hospital as well as medical colleges. There will be special unit called drug information center. As well, there is an information center for poison also, that is called as poison information center. So this drug information pharmacist works in a drug information center attached to a multi-specialty or a medical college hospital. Next, moving to the clinical pharmacist. Clinical pharmacist means an individual currently registered and who provides patient care that optimizes the use of medication and promote health, wellness and disease prevention. Clinical pharmacists care for patients in all healthcare settings. Clinical pharmacists often collaborate with physicians and other healthcare professionals. So this clinical pharmacist main objective is to optimize the patient use of medications and promote overall health and wellness. So this clinical pharmacist mostly these PharmD graduates, PharmD graduates, that is doctor of pharmacy graduates, will be working as a clinical pharmacist. They will be assisting the doctors in choosing the proper treatment regimen for the patient. So they will be collaborating with physicians and other healthcare professionals to ensure accurate medications and treatment to the patients. Finally, registered pharmacist. Registered pharmacist means a person whose name is for the time being entered in the register of the state in which he is for the time being residing or carrying on his profession or business of pharmacy under the Pharmacy Act 1948. So, when the people has been graduated with Bachelor of Pharmacy or Diploma in Pharmacy, they can register in the State Pharmacy Council and can be licensed as a registered pharmacist. And this is under the Pharmacy Act of 1948. This pharmacy practice includes clinical pharmacy, pharmacotherapy, social and administrative sciences, and pharmaceutical care. This clinical pharmacy broadly describes about the pharmacy services that are offered in a hospital where the pharmacists are effectively involved in patient care and patient care services. Now, pharmacotherapy. Pharmacotherapy means the therapy using the drug or medications. So, in the aspect of pharmacotherapy field, the pharmacist will help in evaluating, implementing, monitoring and optimizing of pharmacologic and non-pharmacologic therapy. As well, these pharmacotherapy pharmacists can provide patient-centered, evidence-based therapeutic interventions and information which will effectively contribute the patient's therapy. Social and administrative sciences in pharmacy practice deal with social pharmacy concept that includes the academics and research activities related to pharmacy field. So next one is pharmaceutical care. The main goal of pharmaceutical care is to optimize the patient's health-related quality of life and achieve positive clinical outcome within a realistic economic expenditure. That is by minimizing the cost of therapy and improving the effect of therapy. That is the main agenda of pharmaceutical care. We can define pharmaceutical care as a patient-centered, outcome-oriented pharmacy practice that requires the pharmacist to work in concert with the patient and the patient's other healthcare providers to promote health, to prevent disease, and to assess, monitor, initiate, and modify medication use to assure that drug therapy regimens are safe and effective. Let's have a look on the conceptual model for pharmaceutical practice. So in pharmaceutical practice, there will be a conceptual discipline that has been derived from the act of practice, teaching, research, advocacy and service, as well as the clinical pharmacy, social and administrative services, community pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences. These all contribute to the conceptual disciplines in a pharmaceutical practice. The act of practice will be described about the norms and conditions that are provided by the pharmacy regulations in a particular country. The teaching aspects of pharmaceutical practice involves the academic and and educative purposes and scopes in a pharmaceutical field. The research activities in a pharmaceutical practice involves the research in a novel drug, a new medication therapy, a new diagnostic devices and all that related to a pharmaceutical field. Advocacy and service is an act of practice which essentially describes the professional leadership. So only if a professional margin has been implemented, that will contribute to a better professional enhancement in the field of pharmacy. Now, all those other terms, social and administrative services, community pharmacy, pharmaceutical sciences, and clinical pharmacy, has been described in the earlier slide. I think now you have got an idea, a basic idea of what is pharmacy practice. From the next class onwards, we can follow with the syllabus and starting from the Unit 1, Hospital and its Organization. I hope you all understand the above discussion and you are free to ask any doubts or questions regarding the subjects or the topics discussed. So it's all over for today. Thank you and see you again. Take care.